Are you confused or you don't know what the concept of music is really about? Then this video is for you. I'm Jimmy Arako from Music Theory and Instrument. This channel teaches practical music theory lessons, instrumental lessons, instrumental covers and other related music lessons. Do subscribe if you've not. Today we'll be looking at the concept of key. In my last video, I highlighted key as the very first important element of music. This is because key is very crucial and might be regarded as the basis of musical composition. Most people are confused as regards these subjects. Some other people understand it in several views. I was opportune to ask some fellows what key is. Some say it is the number of accidental sharps and flats we have in music. Some people say it was the alphabet in music, and others say it is the way tones are arranged in music. But let's get to investigate and understand this concept. The dynamic technicality here should be more of how is key used and not the what. But the what is what will really drive us to understand this concept more better. So what then is a key? A key is a group of pitches or scales that form the basics of music composition. It is a grouping together of pitches into families. Pitch here is the relative highness or lowness of a musical sound, and scale we could say is a series of notes built around a key. Alphabets are used to denote the musical keys. Here we are talking about the 7 Latin alphabets from A to G. There are 2 moods of keys. We have the minor mood and the major mood. These are divided into 12 major and minor keys that have certain pattern of scales to differentiate them. On the piano, we have the natural keys and we have the accidental sharps and flats. The natural keys are the white keys and the accidental sharps and flats are the black keys. Now if you are moving to the right, we have the sharp, and if you are moving to the left, we have the flat. We said earlier that the key starts from A to G, the Latin alphabet from A to G. Now we have the A, start from here, we have the G. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The concept of half step and whole step is the language of interval in music, describing the distances of notes. The difference between the sharps and flats here is that the sharp increases a key by an half step and the flat reduces a key by an half step. So if you are considering a key C sharp is increased by an half step. Sharp, and if you try D, this will be D flat, reducing by an half step. Hence, altogether there are 24 keys in music. That includes the major keys and the minor keys. And there are also 34 different ways of spelling them, which include Having understood what key is, let's look at the technical analysis of how keys are used and applied in music. The thing we'll be considering here includes the notes, the chords, the scale, the key signature, the modulation, the circle of fifths, and finally, the transposition. These 7 terms are often used in relating the application of key in music. Notes are symbols denoting musical sounds or tones. The root note of a key always acts as the center of that key. Chords are 3 or more notes combined or sounded together. They follow certain patterns, and each key has its corresponding chord movement with respect to its position. Just as we have the major and minor keys, we also have the major and minor chords. Scales are a series of musical notes built around a key. There are mainly 2 types of scales, the major scale and the minor scale. A song played in a major key plays in the major scale, and a song in a minor key plays in the minor scale. Key signature is an important musical term made up of sharps and flats found at the beginning of a musical composition to indicate the key of a piece. Modulation is another applicable term in the concept of key that describes music starting with a particular set of notes in a key and changes to another particular set of notes in another key. The circle of fifths is a succession of keys and chords proceeding by fifths. It revolves the various keys in music by fifth intervals and tells the relationship they have with each other. The circle of fifths is very applicable in the concept of key, as it describes the 24 keys which include the major and the minor. Transpose or transposition is applicable in the concept of key, when the key is changed from the original to a satisfiable playing key. This is done to suit the voice of a vocalist or a singer. If a song that was recorded in the key of C was sung by a vocalist in the key of G, the ability for us to change the key from the key of C to G to the satisfiable key of the vocalist is what we know as transposition. Transposition can also be seen in instruments, where we have transposed instruments. For instance, instruments like trumpets can be found to be in the key of B flat, and other wind instruments. That brought us to the end of the application of key. We've seen that a musician, instrumentalist, or vocalist with a full understanding and knowledge of the concept of key seems to understand more terms in music, terms like scales, chords, and others that I've mentioned above. This video to the end. Hope the video was helpful. This was just an introduction to the concept of key, though some terms were not really detailed, but will be explained in subsequent lessons. Please drop your suggestions, opinions, and comments in the comment section. Do like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in our next video.